Yeah, you guys can come on up here. So. Is everybody good on the camera side? Good to go? Well, I'm proud to announce today the next chief of the Tulsa Police Department, Dennis Larson. Dennis Larson grew up in North Tulsa, attended Jackson Elementary, now known as Unity Learning Academy, and went on to graduate from East Central High School. Go Cardinals.
Go Cardinals.
He earned his degree from Oklahoma State University and then entered the Tulsa Police Academy to begin what has been a remarkable career in law enforcement. To paraphrase an old George Jones lyric, the heart of the Tulsa Police Department beats in Dennis Larson. During our interview process, Chief Larson spoke movingly of his experience as a young patrol officer and what it felt like the first time he saved a life. As he said to us, the first time you save a life and you know that person gets to go home because of what you did, you understand why this is the best job in the whole world. His love for the Tulsa Police Department, for the work that the men and women of this department do every day, for the career potential he sees in so many officers, shines through in his words and his actions. Chief Larson's career in the Tulsa Police Department covers a remarkable range over 45 years of service to the citizens of Tulsa. There were those early days as a patrol officer protecting the streets of Tulsa. There was 1995, when he was among the first to rush to the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City as a member of the bomb squad at TPD, and he did not return home for 101 days. There's his experience managing some of the most successful units within the Tulsa Police Department, including our homicide unit, which is the national standard of excellence. And no one is more prepared to lead the Tulsa Police Department than Dennis Larson. Chief Larson has served directly with and for every chief of police going back 3 decades. 4 of them are here today, and I think it's telling that each of them dropped what they're doing on such short notice to be here today out of their respect for Chief Larson. His experience working with them has been a masterclass in leadership. Chief Larson has been the lead on developing the police department's budget since 2007 and has been trusted as the chief's designee for collective bargaining negotiations during that same time. And I think his experience with the most recent of those chiefs shows his character. 4 years ago, we were standing right here, and Dennis Larson had been a finalist for this job, but he saw a major in the department promoted over him. After 40 years of service to the citizens of Tulsa, any of us could have understood if he was angry or bitter or spiteful in response. Instead, Dennis Larson was one of the very first people who called Wendell Franklin to congratulate him. And as Chief Franklin told me, Dennis Larson is the first to step up and take on anything that Chief Franklin has needed to do his job successfully over the last 4 years. And that's because Dennis Larson is a true public servant who's been putting the citizens of Tulsa and the Tulsa Police Department ahead of himself his entire career. Through a tenure as mayor that has seen more than its fair share of crises, I've worked alongside Dennis Larson through all of them. Maybe it's the bomb tech in him, but he is calm and steady in a crisis. He never loses his cool, never gets worked up. Instead, he likes to remind us all of an old bomb tech saying, he focuses on working the problem. I want to be clear that despite his remarkable career, I'm not appointing Dennis Larson as our next chief of police because of what he's done to date. I'm appointing him chief of police because of what I am confident he will do for the citizens of Tulsa and the Tulsa Police Department moving forward. We have the best police department in the world because of the men and women who serve in it. I know Chief Larson shares my desire for this to be the best workplace possible for them, and I don't want to steal his thunder, but I know he is chomping at the bit to get out there and start meeting with them. Chief Larson has a track record of using technology to improve outcomes. We have seen a steady improvement in our homicide solve rate during his leadership of that bureau through a combination of recruiting brilliant officers into the homicide unit and securing the technology that they need to do their job, all at its highest level. He will take that same approach with the entire Tulsa Police Department. Chief Larson is eager to realize the full potential of our real-time information center, to implement a new records management system, and to extend the hand of partnership to our federal and tribal law enforcement partners in making Tulsa safer. Chief Larson also recognizes the extraordinary leadership potential that exists within the Tulsa Police Department, and he has a track record of helping young leaders grow within that department. I'm excited for the future of our city and this department with Chief Larson fostering a new generation of leaders. So out of several extraordinary public servants, I've decided Dennis Larson is the best person to lead the Tulsa Police Department because he's ready on day one. He has a strong track record of leadership. He is unflappable in a crisis. And his love for this department and this city has been demonstrated time and time again. He has learned from the best, and he will help grow the best. I also want to thank those who put their names forward for consideration in an application process that is a little more high profile than most of us are accustomed to. Going through the interview process and getting to know each of them better was a reminder to me of the talent that we have in the Tulsa Police Department. I want to thank the men and women of the Tulsa Police Department who work every day to keep our city safe. They are what make it a great department, and they're worthy of a great chief. Lastly, I can never thank Chief Wendell Franklin enough for his service to our city. He's navigated an unprecedented series of crises with calm and competence. All at the same time, he's revolutionized the technology available to officers, helping keep them safe while doing their jobs more effectively. Looking back 4 years ago, it was remarkable to me to be reminded that when he was introduced as our chief, most Tulsans had no idea who he was. Today, he's beloved across this city. And I'm so thankful that our time in leadership at the city coincided. This is a great day for the Tulsa Police Department and for our city. And I'd ask you to join me in welcoming Tulsa's next Chief of Police, Dennis Larson.
I'll sum up what I told the people that were sitting on the committee that interviewed all of us. And I have a passion for this department. I had a passion 45 years ago when I pinned on this badge. I still get up every morning and I smile when I look in the mirror and that badge is on my chest. There's nothing more important to me than the service of the men and women who go out and protect our city. And I want to personally thank, because I'll say a little anecdote. Everybody knows me, knows that I always tell a little story. Chief Franklin sent us all an email saying, hey, I want an impromptu meeting 1:30 on a day. And I leaned back in the administrative sergeant's office and looked at Chief Franklin walking by the door, and I said, I don't do impromptu meetings. What's the agenda? And he just smiled and walked on. And little did I know, and probably nobody was more shocked in that room when he announced his retirement, because I can't tell you what a great last 4 years it's been. We have weathered derechos. We have weathered Chief Franklin and I were the only lights on during the pandemic on the third floor because we tried to disperse our command staff so everybody wouldn't get sick at the same time. So working hand in hand with Chief Franklin has been an honor. He has taught me a lot in 4 years. He's an amazing leader. I think it's BOK Financial is just one of the smartest working groups in this Tulsa to hire him away from us. But back to the core reason I'm standing here before you. My intent is to make sure that we have the safest city possible, and my intent within the department is to protect every Tulsa police officer and make sure that they have the best equipment and the best experience while they're on the job with us. So please take that to heart, and I'll be glad to talk to you all after the conference is over. And right now I'd like to introduce our retiring police chief, Wendell Franklin.
Well, thank you. Dennis is being very humble because that's who Dennis is. But Dennis has stood by me, and as the mayor mentioned earlier, he was the first person that came to me and said, hey, I've been through a lot of chiefs. I've never let any of them fail. I'm not going to let you fail. So from that point forward, it was 100%. Anything I needed, Dennis was there. Dennis has sat at the negotiations table, as the mayor said, as the one representative outside of the collective bargaining agreement, negotiating with the Fraternal Order of Police. And so he and I talk often, a lot, after hours. We are constantly communicating. And Dennis was also the first deputy chief that I notified on the morning of the notification of Craig Johnson and Aresh being shot. When I made that phone call to him, Dennis acted as though he was awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he said, what do I need to do? And I told him I was going to St. Francis, and I asked him to go to St. John. I could have those reversed. I can't remember. No, I went to St. Francis, and I had Chief Larson go to St. John's. And again, that's the type of person he is. At any time, day or night, I can pick up the phone and call Dennis, and I can give him something, and I know it's going to be done. So I am thrilled that Dennis was selected, but also the pool of applicants that the mayor had to select from. It was not an easy decision because this department builds leaders. We build character, and honestly, we are like plug and play. Anyone at any time can step up into this role and do this role. And I was just fortunate enough, the timing was on my side to have that opportunity. And again, there is no person that shines without some sort of support system in place to help get them there. And Dennis has been there. All of these other chiefs, all of these majors have been there to help support me and make this job, because it's a big job. Make me look good. So Dennis is going to have that same support. I know he will. I plan on supporting him, and I sent him a text when I found out and said, I will support you as much as I can in my new role. So 100% that's what I plan to do, and I know that the men and women of the Tulsa Police Department are going to get behind him and keep him moving forward. And again, he has a wealth of knowledge. He has a wealth of knowledge from the men standing in the background here with Chief Bean, Chief Jordan, Chief Palmer. One of the things that I remember, and we talked about this earlier, is this photograph, a photograph of Dennis with a different color hair.
You had hair too, so.
A few less wrinkles, a different color uniform, sitting at a table with Chief Palmer, and you could tell Dennis was intense and intently ready to do whatever was necessary. And I told the mayor that is
that is Dennis Larson. That's textbook Dennis Larson. So I am so happy for you. I'm happy for Karen and your family. And again, I have no reservations at all leaving this place because I know it's in great hands. So thank you all. Mayor, I don't know how we were going to conclude this, but I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay.
Yeah, I do want to close. I think Chief Franklin mentioned this briefly, but none of us in public service do this alone. And I really, I've said a lot about Chief Larson, but I also want to thank, he's been serving the citizens of Tulsa for 45 years in the Tulsa Police Department. I really want to thank Karen and his family for supporting him through his law enforcement career to date and all that they're going to do to support him moving forward during his time as our chief. Thank you very much. That'll conclude our press briefing. Any of us are available for interviews after this. I would love it if the former chiefs would come up here so we can get a picture. That'd be great. Thank you all very much.